Please. Okay, we will first pause our normal meeting and open a Board of Finance meeting.
Okay. Order of Finance. Reorganize.
I second that.
I abstain. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Now,
Need a nomination for secretary.
all right, need a nomination. Secretary.
Nominate Teresa.
I would second that. Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 So in your packet that I sent over, we've got the current investments and interest earned in 2023, like always. Of course, our investments had a lot better interest rate this year than the previous year, as you can tell.
Much better, yeah.
Much better. Do you have any questions or anything about the investment status or the interest earned report that I submitted?
I'd make a motion to approve the report as submitted.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Any down trends already with the interest rates?
What's that?
You see any down trends already with the interest rates beginning of the year?
The ones that are coming up here actually next week, a little bit, because we were getting about 5.5. It looks like maybe 5.25, which isn't bad.
No.
I mean, they're still up good, but yeah, the 5.25 is the best I could get for this one's coming up next week, the ARP money and opioid money as well. So hopefully they don't get trend too far down, but one of the other things we need to do today is we have a current investment policy, and I wanted to have you guys look it over. I don't know if you've had a chance to do that. If you haven't, but we need to see if we need to make any changes to it, things like that, or if you would suggest any changes, or if you like it the way it sits.
Do you have any suggested changes?
I do not. Yeah.
I have that policy. I would make a motion. Adopt that policy.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Also, as always, I bring a listing of the current 2-year-old outstanding warrants that we normally receipt back into the fund they came out of. That the checks that have not been cashed in 2 years that are now old. I just need a motion to go ahead and receipt those back in.
Yeah, I'd make a motion to receipt those funds back in. Total of 15 different checks have not been signed in 2 years. Amount of $1,479.70.
I would second that motion. Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Do you have any other issues or questions that need to be brought before the board, or are we stable?
Think You just sent out another one. We probably don't have to act on that, but the collection of the property taxes at the county highway.
Say that again?
You wanted to collect the taxes at the county highway here in 20.
That'll be in the next after the
one?
Board of Finance. Yeah. Yeah.
So with no further discussion, I would entertain a motion to close during the Board of Finance meeting.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second to close the Board of Finance meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we will reconvene our normal meeting. Thank you, Teresa. Edwina, Dr. Allman.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the highway.
Okay.
If we're gonna-
Sorry.
Taxes.
All right.
Fine. I'm wanting to collect out here at the highway because, of course, we're up on the 3rd floor in the county building, and the elevator is not good. And I really would think that it would be a lot easier for people, a lot better parking, a lot easier accessibility to be able to do it. I had talked with Gary, and I've also talked with Jolynn. I'm hoping to possibly, get your permission to, if we can figure it out with rowing and everything with computers, is I'll still have some people in the office because, of course, we're still going to have people that want to come up into the office, and that's fine. And then have at least a couple of us out here at the highway to collect. I was wanting to possibly put ads in the county newspaper, and maybe see if I can get like a community calendar type thing through WKVI that wouldn't cost us anything, to kind of have it rolling every so often here very soon, saying that we're going to start collecting out there. And then also, I'm wanting to put a notification in my tax bills, maybe like a really bright colored insert with the tax bill so that they could see that, they don't have to come clear up on the 3rd floor of the county building. They can come out here. And the dates that I was going to do, maybe the dates of, I usually try and get out tax bills toward the end of March, beginning of April. So anytime after that till May 12th or something like that, so that we get everybody, they don't have to come up to the county building if they don't want to.
I think it makes sense. Yeah. Well thought out. It's not going to work for everyone.
Right.
You guys are okay with it as far as doing that, as long as I let the public know?
Yeah.
Good idea.
We want to make it easy for taxpayers.
And that office up in the county building is not as big as the previous one, so
Yeah.
they can be kind of crazy as it is.
We need a motion on that?
Yeah. So I would make a motion to go forward with collection of both spring and fall property taxes here at the county highway.
Thank you very much.
Better. Got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, who's our spokesperson from the county health department? Okay.
We're ready.
I want to thank you for letting us come today. Today, we're going to ask that you make a motion to approve Dr. Tim Day as the county health officer begin February 1st of here. And this time, I'd like to let you have a chance to ask questions of them. Have any questions? Anything you want to do formally? One more thing to talk about then.
Okay, we assume this is going before your county health board and got the approval?
Yes, I'm
and-
sorry, I didn't say the obvious. We don't have our meeting until this coming Monday where it'll be in our minutes. But we, as it says in the letter, we've queried each one and it's unanimous, our board. All 7 members said that they approve of Dr. Day. He's had a chance to meet with several of them, met with our board president, Tim Murray. He's met at the office. He and I have been spending the last couple of weeks transitioning, talking about obviously all the old things and all the new things coming health department. So, but Edwina today she's here. If you have any questions, she is our acting office manager. She's wearing, that's one of her 3 hats. We hope in the future that she won't have to wear 3 hats. But she's good at managing, and we're trying to be creative as far as how do we cover all the responsibilities that we have, at the same time keep our ship afloat. All the reporting that we're doing due to the state with the new monies. The whole game has changed for us. So, but then this time I'm going to stop though and see if you have any questions for the other 2 here.
I'll first make a motion to approve Dr. Timothy Day as our new county health officer.
Yeah, I would second that motion.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. If there are no other questions, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to each of you here through the good times and the bad, and starting with Nathan and with
Yeah, good or a bad?
yeah. All good. Kevin, each of you there as commissioners, Laura and Megan at the Journal, you each have played a key role as we've tried to chart this transition from the old to the new. And I really want to say thank you. And my predecessor was Dr. Bill Thompson. So not everybody will remember that name, but he was the one that turned things over to me back in the late 80s. So it's been a pleasure, and public health has always been a challenge, and it will continue to be a challenge. It's all good. And Dr. Day, I know, is going to do a good job. He's very excited. Public health complements the health that we do at the hospital. It's a whole different way of looking how to solve problems. And again, I want to say thank you. The key roles that you've all played for in your duties here. So, any other comments or Edwina, Dr. Day?
Just want to know, Dr. Day is sure what he's getting himself into.
I'll do my best. No, I'm kidding, but I do appreciate the trust. I don't take that lightly. I look forward to working with you, for you guys, for the county. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you,
Thank you.
and welcome forward. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Almond for everything that he's done for the health department. And I'd like to thank you personally for giving me the opportunity for my job. There's a lot of big stuff happening and a lot of work to do. And I think we got a good team to do. Thank you.
And we do thank you, Dr. Almond, for your years of service, and be looking forward to working with Dr. Day. So, thank you. Karla.
As BZA and APC administration, I'm coming to you this morning for a couple reappointments for BZA members that have requested to get your recommendation as reappointment as Commissioner Citizen members. The first one is Derek Stahlbaum, and the second one is Matt Kelsey.
Okay, we need a motion to reappoint these people, Derek and Matt.
I would make that motion to reappoint both of those.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
So they've obviously both have been members of the BZA board for 2 terms, business owners in Pulaski County. They've been very accommodating and professional with the board. The APC Commissioner Citizen Member reappointment is Tyler Bridegroom, who also had served a previous term, also business owner in Pulaski County.
Okay, we would need a motion to reappoint Tyler, member of the APC.
Yeah, I would make a motion to reappoint Tyler.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. And lastly, in regards to BZA and APC, we have asked around throughout the community for recommendations for persons to be appointed. We presently do have some alternate commissioner citizen member seats available. So if the 3 of you had any recommendations that we might be able to discuss, and the public is also offered to approach us for people as well. So I just wanted to let you know if there was anybody you had in mind to reach out to myself, and we can discuss, and I can reach out to them.
How many vacancies do we have?
We would have 2 vacancies for the commissioner appointee positions.
Anything else for Karla?
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary?
Well, good morning. I just wanted to let you know we're going to have the advertisement for the bidders for our 2023-2 Community Crossings Grant. Will go out in the paper, both papers this week, run for 2 weeks. Their bids will be due by the 3rd of February, and then we'll open bids at the Commissioners February 5th for that road project that we're doing. And then the other one is we did put in for the 2024-1 community crossings. That is still open until the end of January, but we did put in for Bridge 249 in the community crossings grant to get that. Hopefully we get it, but we submitted the application. You got any questions for questions?
Any questions for Gary? Wait to open bids, first meeting in February then.
First, yeah, for the 2023-2 community crossings grant, which is paving of roads just outside of Winnemucca and in Winnemucca.
Okay, thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Gary.
Jolynn?
I'm a lot shorter than Gary is. First of all, this morning, I would like for you guys to sign the IT contract that we have every year, every election cycle with DeGroot Technology. Back before I became clerk, I think it was 2018, the election board passed a resolution that regardless of whatever contract or whatever IT the county is contracted with, the election board will contract with DeGroot Technology. They're familiar with the machines and they're on site. They go to the trainings and everything else. And I have the contract here signed by the election board. I can bring.
Has that amount stayed the same consistently, or has it gone up, or you up a little? Yes. Is this, it's 3,500 for the primary and 3,500 for the general?
Yes. Yes, it was put in the budget and approved. And then like Teresa and Gary were talking about, I would like to have early voting out here. The building that we are temporarily located in is not ADA compliant. And I've talked to Gary and Teresa, and we thought it would be convenient for the taxpayers and the voters to be able to come to one place that's ADA compliant to cast their vote and pay their taxes. So if I could have your approval for that, I'd appreciate that, so we can get it advertised. Early voting starts April 9th.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a little nerve-wracking for us trying to figure out where we were going to hold early voting. And since this is already an established voting location, we thought it would just make sense to have it out here. Plenty of parking, convenient.
Okay, let's take care of the group contract first, gentlemen. We need a motion to approve. The Groot is our IT person during the election, both the primary and general.
I would make a motion to approve the IT contract.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Then the second request is to have our tax collection and voting pretty much here at the county highway garage, correct?
So yeah, I would make a motion to go forward with the early voting at the same location as the tax collecting, county tax collecting, for the primary and the fall both. So both elections.
Moved and seconded. Other discussion? So will there still be people in your office in town?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll have poll workers out here. We'll just need a table with 2 poll workers, 2 voting machines, a poll pad, and a printer.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next up, I have a commissioner's appointment for Cass Township trustee. Back in July, the Cass Township trustee submitted a letter of resignation, and at that point, it opened up a 30-day window for the Republican Party chair to make an appointment. We had no interest in the office. Pam came into my office last week and expressed an interest, and since that 30-day window is closed, it now becomes a commissioner's appointment. So Pam is interested in being the Cass Township trustee. So we would need a motion to appoint her.
You have questions for Pamela?
Pardon me?
You live in the township, correct?
I do.
Yeah.
State North US Highway 420.
Okay.
About a quarter of a mile inside of Pulaski County, and I am in Cass County, and I am a lifelong resident, not only in the township and the county, but on the land I live in.
Yeah. Okay.
Here all my life.
That's what I gotta ask. Okay, now, Jolene, a question for Jolene. Is this just to cover somebody's term and then she would go on the election ballot? What's the process?
Yeah,
I'm not-
they're elected positions. So the prior Cass Township trustee was also appointed. We had nobody on the ballot in 2022, so we had found someone. She was appointed. She decided she wanted to do the job. She resigned in July. So Pam has expressed an interest. She will serve out the rest of this term, and then if she chooses to be on the ballot in 2020.
Okay. Okay, so we have Pamela Bullen that will be finishing out a term and hopefully enjoy the position enough that she would put herself on the ballot next time, and we wouldn't have to appoint people, right? So we'd need a motion for this appointment.
Yes, I would make a motion to appoint Pam as a Cass Township trustee.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I inadvertently had stated the wrong resident's name for the APC position, so if you could rescind, it's not Tyler Bridegroom for the commissioner citizen, it's Tyler Gutwein. So I said the wrong citizen's last name. So Tyler Gutwein is presently, had served a term on APC, so he had requested to have you reappoint him, not the first Tyler I stated.
Okay. Is there a Tyler Bridegroom?
There is actually there. That's on a whole nother topic in permitting. So yes. So if we could rescind that, I apologize.
Okay, So I'd make a motion to rescind Tyler Bridegroom,
I would second that.
and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now we'll go back with the appointment of Tyler Gutwein as the APC representative.
Okay, I would make a motion to appoint Tyler Gutwein for the APC board.
Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. I apologize.
Nathan?
Good morning. First on the docket is a couple of matters relating to housing. As I had reported, I'd be working on it your first meeting this month and updated you on over the weekend. I have for your consideration this morning the housing addendum to our strategic plan. There are a few minor corrections I'll have to make regarding some background information, proofreading. But what I sent you electronically and you have in front of you is substantially complete. This document reflects a synthesis of, on one hand, the results of the Pulaski County Housing Task Force work, which included a community leader conversations at our housing symposium, the market study that the Housing Resource Hub had performed for us, and the housing strategy developed by the Hub, which also included public input through their online survey process. And on the other hand, the 30,000 foot view language in our original strategic plan regarding housing. Beyond merely synthesizing these documents, it substantially fleshes them out, providing a vision and framework for site prioritization, site phasing to avoid housing market saturation, pairing neighborhood scale development with infill projects with existing areas, and tools for facilitating development patterns reflective of the vision of our comprehensive plan. I'm asking the board to adopt this plan this morning with the understanding that it is a living, breathing document. Due consideration should be given to updates and revisions in the future as warranted. But for now, I believe that it more than accomplishes what is needed to support the Willow Creek's Villa project, while also taking shape as a complete document meant to address county-wide housing needs. Disseminated it to the C.D.C. as well, and we'll be presenting it to them this evening. Any questions? Funny enough, it's an addendum to our strategic plan, and I think it's almost as long as the entire strategic plan.
What's the next step for this?
For this, like I said, I'll continue making a little bit of tweaks, and then ideally, as we continue working with the Housing Resource Hub and our task force, with the Redevelopment Commission, Winnemac Town Council, with other town councils as appropriate, working with both Brad Zellers and Karla, depending on where projects might be proposed, we're using this as a guide so that we are supporting housing projects that meet the county's market-based needs and the desires of the community, minimize unnecessary investment in infrastructure, build out, that sort of thing. And as programs, opportunities come along, like the state general set-aside that Sullivan Development is looking at, we're able to guide those outside developers and local developers into focusing on projects that follow this.
So was our action here this morning basically just to support the Willow Creek?
Well, that'll be a separate one. This one will be to accept this as the county's official housing plan until we make the next revisions. Basically attach it to the existing strategic plan that we adopted. Which then will make it a qualifying, an eligible document for the Willow Creek proposal developers to submit to the state, showing that they're in line with it.
What is the actual title of this document?
Simply Home. It's following the theme that we've been using with our website, our tourism marketing, and
our motion should be to
Adopt.
adopt this
Yes.
Simply Home Housing Plan.
Yes.
Strategic plan. Yeah, I would make that motion to adopt the Simply Home strategic plan.
Okay, I would second that.
Any other discussion? Questions for Nathan? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Following up on that, as you're aware, the proposal by Sullivan Development to construct a multi-family housing development east of the Winnemac Plaza, supported by IHCDA general set-aside tax credits, was the catalyst for prioritizing the development of this plan. County Council and the town of Winnemac have provided letters of support for this project, and I'm now asking you to do the same, and you have a copy of that in your packet, and it went out, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. The letter is substantively identical to what the council approved after Mr. Tankersley okayed it. Only change is the addition of some specific language regarding how this project fits into the housing. As a reminder, the first phase is proposed to be about 34 units with an anticipated investment between $8 and $10 million.
Okay, and I'd sent a text to you over the weekend there about, my concern was, well, I guess if the council has approved as well, but I don't think the commissioners are in a position to do anything about taxes.
It just, you could say that you are not opposed to whatever.
Okay, whatever the council comes up with since they've approved it.
Yep.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve this letter of support for Willow Creek Villas.
I would make that motion to support the Willow Creek Villa.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And then just very briefly, I wanted to give you a quick update on the Revolving Loan Fund. In mid-November, I had met with the C.D.C's Revolving Loan Fund Committee. We approved a number for proposed changes to the program's guidelines after it had sat dormant for some time. I sent those to Mr. Tankersley. He and I had a very productive meeting last week covering a number of issues. And his review of and comments regarding these proposed changes about the only outstanding matter of business between us. And he said he's tired of me hounding him, so he'll be getting around to it soon. It's been a couple of months since I've had any serious inquiries into the program, but we did have a couple last year. Between the ever-growing fund balance, which is currently greater than $170,000, and are finally having a sheriff's sale scheduled for the IBC Thermoplastics property, looking forward to reactivating this program under new rules, with which the commissioners, Mr. Tankersley, and the Economic Development Commission, and I are all comfortable. So within the next month or so, maybe two, hope to have those hashed out with Kevin so that they can come before you and we can slowly bring that program back to life. That's all I have for you this morning, unless you have any questions.
No questions.
I forgot to, Joe Lynn was here, but I understand that the files that were being moved over, what's the word I'm looking for? Digitized, that was done within a week's time.
I did see them with the lights on and vehicles around the courthouse, and those seem to be gone, so it seems like they got the job done.
Okay, anything else for Nathan? Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, got any good word for us?
Good news, and I have better news.
Wow. Good.
So the good news is you still have insurance.
Morning, Kyle. Yeah.
I don't know if Laura has been reading any chatter on the auditor's email, but some companies in the state are actually not renewing, and none of the other carriers.
Oh.
So there are some companies out there that are looking for insurance and not sure.
Okay. In a pickle.
You are not in that position. The better news is your premiums, total premiums for this coming year are going to be less comp, substantial claims. We had to take it to the pool, to the side risk of the state. Did that for a couple of years. You guys put an emphasis on mitigating some of those situations. I think one of the areas of concern was the ambulance service. We purchased the automatic stretchers.
Yeah.
And that seems to have helped. I came back in and said, we'll take that. Your history has continued to the point that they reduced the premium on this $30,000 for this company. Your property and casualty premium did go up. You can see it break down. Basically, it's in the liability. I would have thought it was in the auto because that's where most of your claims have been. But the auto premiums actually went down. It's in your law, your general liability, mainly where the increase is. So about a 7% increase on the property and casualty, but that is offset by the workers' comp, so that your net at the bottom is actually savings. A couple of other changes. When you were with Bliss a number of years ago, the property was covered by Chubb. And when we moved you to Trident, we moved the Chubb property over to Trident. Don Dickerson with Burnham Flower, who's been here before, noticed that Trident was taking a tremendous increase in property. So we moved it back to Chubb for a savings there. So nothing that you guys have to worry about or do. It's just we placed it with another carrier because their rates were actually going to be less than if we would have kept it with Trident. So I was when Craig Barnhart from ICE got called, so I want to schedule an appointment to come to the beach with your office. That scared me. And he said, I got the renewal for Pulaski County because he's never done that before. And he sat down and he handed it to me, and I'm thinking, here we're going to get another non-renewal. But I thought, you guys haven't had any claims. I don't know if you had any workers' comp claims in 2023. So he said, what you guys have been doing paid off. And here's the result, $30,000 less.
This one I'm surprised with is the, excuse me, the cyber staying the same.
Yes. Yeah. You don't have a lot of coverage in that side. It's not like the one that we had a few years ago.
Right.
We have a separate policy, but there is some built in. The main increase is if you look at the law liability and your general liability. Those are the two areas that, I got another one here.
So in these increased areas, is there something that we can focus on?
That's just one trend.
It's just a market trend. Just keep doing what we're doing and trying to improve.
Yeah, you can't help the ambulance chasers that, help thoughts, anything that they happen, that a lot of those end up getting dismissed. I know in Newton County, we have several involving auto accidents on state or federal roads. Nothing, no liability whatsoever, but it's been named in all these different lawsuits.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast. Overall, and you guys probably even noticed on your personal insurance, the increases, 7% overall on the package really is not that low.
Yeah.
Compared to where the market is in.
Well, I think earlier, one of our earlier meetings, we had already had the information on the workman's comp,
Yes,
so we
I have
knew
that.
that was coming down, so that was great.
Yep, I had that early, unfortunately, I didn't get the package.
Yeah.
I was out of town on there. I just need some quick signatures where I initials where I highlighted those.
Okay.
And, claims that
Yeah,
submitted,
yeah.
I actually saw that the money was, received this morning, so we're all good on that.
Okay, so we would need a motion to approve, our contract with Novotny and Associates to, cover our insurance for Pulaski County in next coming year.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve all of these as presented.
Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You hang around, get these things.
Any other questions? Oh, there was one other outstanding,
Well, thanks, Kyle, and thanks for your personalized service.
Guys' business, and we're
You
always.
can have a conversation with the sheriff while we're waiting. That's all right. We'll continue on and let you two discuss.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're down to the other business of signing the claims and payroll number 1.
Okay, I've reviewed all the claims and payroll number 1, and I make a motion to approve as presented.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And we'll go down to the bonds, building department. Karla bonded for 30,000. Teresa's bonded for 300,000. Need a motion to approve the bond.
Okay, I would make a motion to approve both Karla Redweik and Teresa Bryant on the bonds.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the last thing on the agenda is our coroner's training resolution. And
Recommend you sign that. That's gonna be, kind of a fix for, it'd be a little late completing the training. The statute requires you to suspend his pay until it's done in about 14 months, instead of 12. But, fine, he's part-time and it'd be 40 hours of training and he works a full-time job, so, got it done, notice yesterday. So, I think it's just something passed according to the statute to, justify continuing to pay him, for 2 months, what passed in 1 year. And then Laura can keep that in his file in case they will count the rest of what he does.
okay, all in favor to approve the resolution, deputy coroner's pay. I'd make that motion. Have a second? Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anything else under open discussion from the board? Kevin? Laura? Audience, anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Okay, make a motion to adjourn.
Second? Favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.